Hi, I'm Susan Price. I'm from Berwick, Louisiana, and I'm a handy quilter owner. I own the Avante and the Pro Stitcher, and I've done 60 quilts in 18 months, and I work a full-time job. My HQ story started about 3 years ago when I found out I was going to become a grandmother of a little girl. I had to buy an embroidery machine, and then I decided also that I wanted to get into quilting. Well, at first I resisted quilting. My friends, who are all decorative painters, gradually one by one started quilting. And I told them I didn't need to quilt. There's no use for a quilt in South Louisiana. It's too warm for a quilt. Well, they finally got me hooked into quilting. The next thing I had to get was a new sewing machine. My first quilt I made was supposed to finish at 12.5 inches each block. That didn't work. I convinced my husband that it was the machine and not me. So I had to get a new machine. I had to have the stitch regulation with my new machine. The next thing is that I couldn't quilt with all the bulk of the machine, so I had to have a frame to put my domestic machine on so I can move over the quilt. The next thing that happened is that I could only quilt 3 inches at a time. My bobbins ran out halfway through, so I still wasn't satisfied. So finally I convinced my husband that I needed a Longarm system. So we went to the Houston International Quilt Festival. We checked out all the machines. I wanted something that was a nice clean look that had a computerized system. I didn't want a computerized system where you had to have a dedicated computer attached to it. I wanted something that was all one particular setup. And also I love to multitask, so I wanted something that I could start quilting and then I could go and piece on the domestic machine or do embroidery or watch TV or something else. So I decided on the Handy Quilter Avante with the Pro Stitcher.